All right, all right. Welcome back, chosen ones, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode on Antonicus Motivates. Today is Thursday, May 28th, 2026. And y'all already know how we do about this time. About to go ahead and get into another video. And chosen ones, it's warming up out here, and it's hard to believe that we are already almost halfway through this year of 2026. And it's already been one wild and crazy year. I thought that this year would have been different, but you see, you never know about anything. I mean, things change, man. And the year started off pretty good, but then all kind of things changed in March with the wars and all of that, and the gas prices and everything now. And we know that everything is just aligning with the word of God, with the prophecy unfolding and all of that. And we see that, things is just really weird in 2026. It's got to be the weirdest year I've ever seen, man. But we're already almost halfway through it, man. And it's like the time has been speeding up. I done told y'all before. It just seems like the months go by so quick. It just seems like time is just speeding up, man. And we know that the time is running out for the wicked and evil ones, and that their lies that they've told to us for so very long are pretty much not working anymore, and people ain't buying it. The propaganda machine they use to instill fear in everyone, I don't watch it no more. I don't listen to it. I don't expose myself to anything that lowers my vibration. Right now, like I said, man, it's critical that us, the chosen ones, we maintain our high vibrations, man. That we don't entertain nothing that lowers our vibration or anything like that. And it's hard to do because it's all around us, right? And then that the enemy is always working on our mind, trying to make us lose our mind out here in this matrix they got us all in. So we know that the biggest battlefield is up here, man, every day. And chosen one, that you are pretty much on your own now. You know that you are now. And that's what I kind of want to talk to you about on this video this morning, I guess. But that's just the way it is, man. It is what it is. And you know the reasons why. You're all on your own because they was all fake. All of them. You're not going back to none of them. That's what they're waiting for you to do. They want you to call them or to ask them for their help. That's what they want you to do. and you know they don't care nothing about you, and the moment you did that would be the moment they would have a celebration, and then they would probably give you whatever help you wanted, but then the control would happen all over again, where they would try to control and manipulate you again. So you're not going to let that happen no more. And you know that your family, you know, you're not going to call them. You're not going back to them. That's the last ones you going to. Those are your biggest ops, your fake family members. And you already know that they ain't leaving the cult that you tried to get them out of or whatever, if your family is in a fake religion like mine is. And so you can't talk them out of that. It's no getting nowhere with none of that. So they chose to believe the lies too, and to stay in the illusion and in the lies. So you know you're not going back to them. You know you're not going back to your fake friends. You know you're not putting your feet nowhere where you know your feet shouldn't be. Where you know you could open yourself up to more attacks. You know you done came through too much, and you done survived way too much, and I done told y'all my story. And so there's no way I'm trusting nobody, especially not in this town. Nobody. Not after everything that happened to me. And I still don't even know who shot up our house on September 25th, 2024. And that bullet could have caught me in my living room that my mom swept up off the floor the next morning. So I'm still highly pissed off about that, and I don't like it. And I have not forgotten. Because they attempted murder on both of us and put bullet holes all up in her bedroom wall and in her ceiling, and made her scream bloody murder that night. And I'm gonna tell my story to the whole entire world, so you know they think they got away with it and that they covered it up, but they did not. Because I'm gonna tell my story to the whole world, like I said. But you know now you are on your own, chosen one, except for the Most High. That's it. And your guardian angels. And that's pretty much it. You don't have nobody else out here. And you know that most of everybody else out here now, they are already part of the system that is collapsing, and they're going to hold on to it to the very end. And you know that just like how they did back in 2019 when all that happened, you know now they're working towards the final deception. And just like back then, how all the people went along to get along, you know they will do the same thing again. But you know you're not going to do that. You know you didn't do it the last time, and that's the reason why you got attacked as well. Because you saw through all of that BS. And this is because your spiritual eyes are open. And theirs are not. And you know you're not going back to the fake churches that you done came out of. You done went through all of them. You know you're not going back to the spiritually dead churches to go in there and dress up like a costume party and, you know, play this little one day a week role of being all about something that you know you're not. You're not going to be putting on an act. But what you do and what you can do, what you have done, is you have put on your full armor. You put it on every day. You got the Word of God. Long as you keep on feeding on that. Long as you keep yourself straight. Keep your vibration high. As long as you keep your vibration high and you keep your head sober, a sober, clear mind, that's the most important thing right now during this season. And stay alert. Keep your head on a swivel and watch everybody and everything. Because you are like Neo in the Matrix out here. And the agents of darkness and those who work for the government and all, you know they're watching you. The agents of the system. And that it is becoming like the book 1984, the police state. And I done spoke to y'all yesterday a little bit about, you know, how it is with these monitoring spirits and everything on the video yesterday I made. So, you know, they are watching you. They know exactly what you're doing, where you're going. They want to keep you small for as long as possible. That's their whole objective. Because they know how much of a threat you are to the kingdom, to their kingdom, the kingdom of darkness. So you had to overcome so many different things by yourself already. And it's got them furious. It's got them furious that you overcame so many of their setups and their traps. And that you're still here because you're not supposed to be. You were supposed to be eliminated. And the final attempt that they used against you, and I done told you, and I know that's the one that they covered up from September 25th, 2024 when they attacked me. That was supposed to get up here too and cause you to crash out to catch a case. Which it would have done that to most people. Most people couldn't handle that kind of pressure. Having an attempt on their life. Most people would have crashed out by now, and they would have went off the deep end, man. But you know that's what everything was designed to do to you. But I'm here at my location, man. So I'm about to go ahead and get out and get in day number 51 of this burpees training session and the suicide drills and everything. And I don't know, I might get some shots in on the basketball, but really, you're all on your own, chosen one. You know that now. You don't have nobody else except for the Most High. Well, I mean, you got the other chosen ones out there around the world, or your other few supporters or whatever that you have who are like you and who see through the matrix, see through the illusion, that have become awakened and that know everything that you know. And you have those individuals, and I'm thankful for each and every one of you, but other than that, you don't have nobody out here. And the spiritual warfare is still every day. And every day, it's like we wake up and the only thing we got is our faith. And the only thing we can do is keep doing what we're doing to improve ourselves, to build, to work towards what we came to do in the first place that they tried to stop us from doing. And we know we're going to work all the harder now that we know that none of them was never for us and that they was all fake. So, yeah, so with all that being said, chosen one, I guess I'm going to go ahead and do my thing now. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and get my backpack on like we always do. I'm going to walk it out and talk it out with you because, I have to do this every day. I have to do it every day because the things that happen to me, I don't even know myself how I survived it, how I'm still here. It really is a miracle. All right? But you all on your own, chosen one. You don't have nobody else but God and your faith and his word. And that's it, and your guardian angels. Besides that, nobody else cares about you out here. All right? So hold that thought and stay tuned. I'll be back. All right, chosen one. So I'm back now. Done got in day number 51 on the burpees training session. Had to change my shirt. It's pretty humid out here today, but back on what we was talking about and how, pretty much you are on your own because, you're not like most other people, chosen one. And your whole entire life you've had to fight. Your whole entire life you've had to fight, and you've been in a battle your whole entire life just trying to pretty much survive. You've pretty much just your whole entire life had to deal with this system that is totally in opposition to you, and it has caused you to to have it so hard and so difficult that you've had to fight. You've always had to fight. But like I was saying before, that you can't go back to none of them, none of the people who you was with before, none of the fakes and the snakes that God done removed from your life, because they were all losers. And that until you get put around, until God put other winners in your life, or other people who are like-minded, and other chosen ones who can see through the matrix, then you're pretty much on your own. That's just the way it is. And now, you know, you have to stay focused. You have to stay committed. And you have to keep believing in yourself. And it's hard to motivate yourself sometimes. And every day is crazy out here right now. Every day it gets harder and harder. Some days it's hard to carry on, but you have to. You know you have to because you don't have no other choice. And you know there's a lot that you got to accomplish for your mission or your assignment. And your faith tells you this. That's the thing about this walk, man. You know, that's what makes it so difficult, because sometimes we just think to ourselves, like, what's it all for? You know what I mean? Like, but you know that you didn't put in all that work for no reason. You know you didn't survive all that BS for no reason. You know you didn't come through all those hardships and them difficulties and all them sleepless nights and narrowly escape all those near misses and those things that happen and all those traps and all them setups for no reason. You know you didn't come through all of that for no reason. You know, so you got to keep going. Even though you're alone. You have to. Because nobody cares about you. They don't. And if given the opportunity again, they will take advantage of you again. And they're like crabs in a bucket. They only want to drag you back down. That's all they want to do. You were winning before, and that's what they tried to do to you. That's why they used all their tactics that they used against you to get up in your head before, but you're not going to let that happen this time. Because you've got experience this time, and you understand, and you know who you are, because you are awakened now. So this time it's a whole different ball game. This time around, you know, it's not your first rodeo. You got thrown off the last time. You know, you got thrown off and you was hanging on for a long time, like you did good for a very long time. But with no support, you know, or no one conducive to your growth, then, and no one who could see what you see or who wants to believe what you tried to show them, only the other chosen ones can see, you know, and only the other spiritually awakened ones can see. You know, until you're around people like that, no one will understand you. And you know that they will not help you to grow. And you also know that they will try to label you. They will try to demonize you. They will try to make you the villain. They will try to make you the crazy one. In a way, this walk does make you feel kind of crazy, in a way. Some days I wonder if I am going crazy, if I am losing my mind because of all of this. And because of how hard it is to remain in the solitude and to remain alone. But you know it's not worth it, man. You just have to do what you have to do to make yourself happy, to make yourself feel good, to love yourself. because at least that way you know that you have your peace, and you know that most people are not trustworthy, not honest, not reliable, not dependable. So you've already learned from all of that. You've learned because you've been burned. And like I said in yesterday's video, once you done put your hand on a hot stove and you done got burned, you're not about to let that happen again. And you know that after everything happened to you, when you did what you did and you bent over backwards for a lot of people, they didn't care when the things happened to you, when the system attacked you, and when, in my case, this is in my case I'm talking about, when the Babylon system attacked me, and when they persecuted me and attacked my business, attacked my livelihood, my finances, and all of that. Nobody cared. Basically, everybody stood by and watched, and they had no feelings at all in this fake town. So that's another reason why I'm telling my story here on my channel. Also, so it can be known, and it can also so that this is more proof, you know, my life story and the things that I've been through, that if you try to, if you try to stand up and stand for the truth in a world full of lies, that they will try to erase you for that. But they target you, they target you. They try to silence you. They do everything they can to belittle you. They do everything they can to humiliate you. They do everything they can, and I'm proof. This is my story. I'm telling my story. I'm proof. And so, yeah. But this is the reason why we are unbreakable, why we are unstoppable, why we are diamond royals. Because no matter what they do, and it's obvious to everyone, including yourself, that that's what they do to you, or that's what they do to the chosen ones, to the ones who expose the illusion. They target them and they try to take them out, and they put all kind of pressure on them to take everything from them materialistically in the world. Everything from this world. To strip them from everything. Strip them from all that they have. But again, this is John 10:10. The devil came to steal, kill, and destroy. That's what he does to the chosen ones. He doesn't do it to the every other person. Only to the ones who stand up for the truth and expose the matrix. Expose his illusion of his system that he has over everyone. This is what they do. This is what they do to us, and I'm proof. I am living proof. So this is the reason why I have to stand here, and why I have to every day come back and tell my story, even if I'm telling it alone. Even if I'm working this channel alone, at least I know I'm building. At least I know every day I'm doing what I probably should have been doing a long time ago. But, I had to go through everything I had to go through to learn. God had to teach me. God has taught you everything through all your experiences. He's taught you now how people will try to control and manipulate you. He's taught you now that, most people are inherently evil.
because of their nature, because that's the way they are. Most people do not have feelings for anyone else but for themselves. But we knew that this would happen because the word told us in 2 Timothy chapter 3, and that during the last days that there would be a lot of people who would be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of other people, without feelings, and the love of many would grow cold. So we understand that because the word told us that. And so most people out here nowadays in this system are part of this system. The love of most all of them has grown cold. And this is those times spoken of in that specific chapter, in that part in the Bible. That is what times we are in right now. Right now. So, unfortunately, this is the reason why we must remain alone. But we just got to keep marching every day. You know, we don't back down. We don't stop. We don't throw in the towel. We don't give up. We don't quit. And we know what we've been through. We know what we've survived. So we know that we are making progress. Even though it don't seem like it sometimes. You know, these are the things we got to keep telling ourselves every day. And we've been through this valley, you know, we've been going through. We're still, many of y'all are still in your own valleys, man. You know, you're still in your own season that you're going through the wilderness, your wilderness moment. You know, that's what many of you are in. That's what I'm in right now. And the wilderness moment, you know, it's a moment that really tests you, because it's a moment that, like I said before, your mind is being worked on every day. They're doing everything they can to get you to conform again. They want you to come back to them. They're waiting by the phone for you to call them. They're waiting for you to show up somewhere where you know you're not supposed to be. They got their fingers ready to point at you again. And they got their pad and their notebook paper and their pen and all of that ready to write down everything that you're doing. So they can point that out, and so they can say, you know, okay, I saw you do that. See, he's not a real Christian. See, he did that. And so this is the hardest part about this right here, about being this way. But because of this, and because we know that this is what they're doing, we have to all the more work harder to be as disciplined as possible. Because we know that they're looking for anything, and that they want to scrutinize us in every way, shape, and form. And we know that we must stay true to what we're doing, stay true to the assignment, stay true to ourselves, stay true to God. And yeah, it's harder to live this way. It's much harder to live this way and to be this way. But you know you're on your own, man. And you know now more than ever, you know you're on your own more than ever. Especially since you learned what you learned and you found out what you found out about the people that was in your lives. And most of them were all sent by the devil into your life for the specific purpose to derail you or to lead you into a maze of confusion or some long drawn out, what many of you did go through and what I've gone through, periods of time where you weren't able to really do what you came to do. That was the whole purpose behind it all. Because when they first saw your strength, when they first saw who you were, when they first recognized that you are not like most people on this earth, that's when they were really terrified, and that's why they've been working on you ever since then, since that time. Because like I said, they know that you knew about them and about their secret societies and about how they control everything out here. But that's what you've been trying to make people see. And that's what you are going to make people see now. Because you're not going to give up. And you're not going to quit. That's what you know they were waiting for you to do. You know that's what they want you to do. And every day, I'm not even going to front, man. Especially right now, it's hard to keep going. It's hard to keep going. But I know I have to. I know I have to. And I know that every day I got to keep on becoming the better version of myself. The best version of myself. Keep working towards that. Because every day now, it's even weirder than ever before out here with all the weirdos. And with all this technology developing with the AI and everything like that, which we already done talked about that before, and I done talked about that before in my videos. And we know what they're utilizing all this for. So we know that it's being utilized to bring about Revelation 13 to Mark. And so we know it's demonic. We know it's all part of the satanic system, and that everything is set up under that, the governments and everything. And we know that the demonic entities are the ones who are influencing all the governments, all the leaders, and everyone to lead the masses astray. Even the heads of the fake papacy and all of that, the popes in the fake Catholic Church and all these different religions and stuff like that. It's all by design. The word said that the masses would be led astray, and that most people would, take the mark at the end. So we know this is the reason why we have to stay alone, man, because the masses are against us. That's just the way it is. If they're not for us, then they have to be against us, right? But there are a few out there, the 144,000, or the sealed chosen ones, the ones who won't bow their knee to Baal, the ones who are like ourselves, who are disciplined, who walk in the spirit and not for the flesh, not to gratify the desires of the flesh. Those are the ones who are the other real winners. Those are the ones who are out here who are living the life. They're actually living the life. then those are the ones who we got to find and we got to be with. Till then, we just got to keep going every day, and we know we're on our own out here, you know. But anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the video up for today's message about how you know you're all on your own today, right now, most of you chosen ones. But you know the reason for it. You know that he said in the word that who is my mother or my sister or my brother or my father, you know, he said, those who do the will of my Father. So, and you know that he said that the members of the enemies would become the members of your own household. He said he didn't come to bring peace but a sword. So because of what you believe in, because of what you stand for, and because of what you know, you're going to have to be alone, many of you, in order to accomplish your mission, in order to do what you got to do, in order to follow him and to stay committed to the truth and the light, and to keep shining your light. So keep on shining your light, man. Till the next one, and keep on winning. Till the next one, I'm gonna catch y'all all on the next one, all right? Peace, love, light, blessings to you all. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. I'm out.